In this video, we're going to be going over how to graph a linear equation. So a linear equation is in the form y equals mx plus b. So m is the rate of change, it's the slope. So just knowing m tells you which direction the graph is going to go. As x increases, is y going to go up or down? So if m is positive, the graph is going to rise left to right. If m is negative, the graph is going to fall left to right. It's going to go down. And if m is 0, it's going to be constant left to right. It's going to be a flat part of the graph. So knowing m tells us how many y's we should change with respect to x. So we want to remember it is going to tell us how steep or how fast the graph is rising or falling. And the larger the m, the steeper the graph. Whereas b tells us our starting point. B tells us the y value when x is 0. So that'll be the first thing we plot on the graph. And then once we do that, we're going to remember m is rise over run. How much up? How much over? Difference in y's over difference in x's. So let's look at graphing some of these. So first one we have here is we want to draw something that has a slope of 0. So it's going to look like this. It's going to be a flat graph. It's not going up or down. The rise is 0 for the run. And it has a y-intercept of 4. So there's my starting point. That's the y value when x is 0. So when x is 0, y is 4. There's my y-intercept. And I want to draw something with a slope of 0. So I want to make sure I have 0 rise. It's not going up or down. So there's my slope of 0 and my y-intercept of 4. The next one says we want to have a slope of 2. So we could write 2 as a fraction if that's helpful. 2 is the same thing as 2 divided by 1. That tells me how much up to how much over. I want to go up 2 as I go over 1 in the x. And the y-intercept, that is negative. So it doesn't tell me what the y-intercept has to be. So I might just make the y-intercept -2. You could pick any negative number. So there's the y value when x is 0 is -2. And now our slope is 2. So we're going to go up 2 over 1. So up 2, 1, 2, over 1 is my next point. And I'm going to keep doing that. So I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, over 1 from where I just was. Up 2, 1, 2, over 1. I'm going to get rid of these markings, and then we can connect our points. As we go to the left over here, how we connect it is we're going to go down 2 over 1. That way, as we read left to right, we really went up 2 over 1. And then we can connect these points with a straight line since we have a linear function. There's many possible answers for that because the slope the y-intercept just had to be negative with a slope of 2. If we keep going through these examples, we want to draw something with a positive slope. So that means it's rising left to right. And a y-intercept of -3. So that is our starting point. When x is 0, y is -3. And then we can draw any positive slope that we want to. So I might just make something with a slope of 1. So it's going to go up 1 as we go over 1. Up 1, over 1. You could choose any slope you want to. Remember, it has to be a line though, so you want to draw a straight line. You could do something a lot steeper, do like a slope of 5, go up 5 every time you go over 1. But I just chose to go up 1 over 1. Positive slope, y-intercept of -3. All right, and our last one on this page, we have to draw something with a negative slope. So it's going to be falling as we read it left to right. a negative slope, and a y-intercept of -3. So there's our starting point. When x is 0, y is -3. And then we just want to draw a negative slope. So maybe I'll draw a slope of -2, which means I'm going to go down 2 over 1. And so reading it the other way, we have to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And then we can just connect our points. We have a slope of -2 and a y-intercept of -3. One of the many possible answers for that.